Cause after hanging out with like your female slash or like a male friends, like one-on-one sneakily, you don't want to say things like, "Oh, I meant to tell you this, but
Women.
Good job.
Boring.
Hello everybody, today I'm gonna do some reaction out of Back's recent shorts. Cause I thought it'd be fun if I could do this way, like a husband reacts to his wife's video. Sneakily.
I find myself wondering, what did happen to the last 10? I ran away with my life, fast forward.
Honestly, I want to try to like a total black hair someday. Like Northeast Asian, like Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. Do you know why? I'm curious. I'm just curious, that's it, that's all. I mean, to be fair, I also think like it suits her like a perfect combination like between the West and the East. Although it might look somebody who's infatuated with this kind of culture like Korea boo or like a weeaboo a little bit, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. It's your life, it's your thing, it's your joy, it's your journey. So, yeah. So you go girl, yeah. Although, I'm not gonna take any responsibility though. FYI.
What do you think, Wackus Bonkers? Kill him. Who? You naughty Wackus Bonkers.
Well, sometimes she actually does that, to be honest. How scandalous. And I would say I also do that. Not very often, but yeah, definitely I would do that. Sometimes, when I'm being like, don't get me wrong, not very often. Just this morning. Some people might think this is sort of like a derogatory thing, or just like a stereotype, but I personally find it funny. And I also think that this is not solely a stereotype, to be specific, to be exact. I believe that those kind of questions may entail inevitably to some degree, like to an extent. I mean, as in like a half-jokey way or some serious way out of their curiosity in moderation to some degree. Although, I've got to see so many things about how like, is it true? Is it true though? My answer is not true. For me. I think.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I
personally believe that Beck has pretty eyes. In retrospect, the very first night we hung out together like a date, I was like, oh, she has a very, very so pretty eyes. Like so blue, so green. Like that, yeah, to be honest. That's why I often say you'd better take your glasses off. And she always like, I can't see anything. Yeah, she has a bad eyesight. So yeah, that's how we talk about like getting a LASIK here or like in Korea when we visit. We're in contacts with like an option every now and then, but she ends up being like, oh, they are hurting my eyes. Yeah, and I get to see some redness in her eyes. So I was like, these were some tears or just bawl your eyes out last night or something. Bummer.
Right, girls, whether you're single or taken, stop and duet this. Don't even watch the rest. Okay, so I have some questions. If you're single, that's okay. Just pretend you have a boyfriend or think about the guy you're talking to now. Okay, is your boyfriend allowed to have friends that are girls? Would you let your boyfriend hang out with his mates? Like, go clubbing, whatever. Would you let your boyfriend look at your DMs? Is your boyfriend allowed to compliment his girl mates? Would you let your boyfriend hug other girls? Would you be okay if your boyfriend didn't reply to your texts ASAP? And would you let your boyfriend take pictures with other girls? Now that you've answered, if you said no to 0 to 2 questions, you're calm, you're blessed. If you said no to 2 to 4, you're a little crazy. If you said no to 4 to 6, you're toxic. And if you said no to all, that poor boy.
So, all in all, she's a little bit crazy. I have a crazy wife. I can tell you off the top of my head because I'm not 100% sure if you're on the same page, but I would say I would answer them with pretty much similar choices. Yeah, to be honest, honestly, yeah. I don't know how to put this into words, but I personally believe that we have like some kind of like a similar boundaries in terms of that kind of stuff, you know. Like when it comes to like becoming friends or like hanging out with like a female slash or like a male friends, yeah, it's okay, but not that okay. You know what I'm saying, if you know what I mean, if it makes sense. I also think like it's just tricky fundamentally. It's meant to be like that, but you know, as long as you guys can set up the rule, like a proper rules between you guys, then I think it's not that tricky. It's not that tricky that much. Yeah, and it's not gonna be like a thing over time as well. As long as you guys come up with a way that you can just simplify the whole problem as a rule in the name of invisible but clear line. That's the key, I think. Because, you know, after hanging out with like your female slash or like a male friends, like one-on-one sneakily, you don't want to say things like, oh, I meant to tell you this, but it just slipped my mind. It's gonna be like a huge fight, and you know that very well. Trust me. Especially when your boyfriend slash girlfriend were just throwing out some questions like, who was that? What is your name? And seriously, you don't want to be like, who was it? What was her name? It's just on the tip of my tongue right now. No. You can't. Trust me, you can't. Anyway, this is it for today. I will see you in the next video. Or not. Bye bye.